I grew up in San Francisco, and during the late 80s, early 90s, smoking was still allowed pretty much everywhere. My friend, we'll call him Jay, is a big guy, about a year older, so he was 18 to 19 years at the time, and a bit of an anarchist. We ran into each other on Haight Street one overcast afternoon and decided to get a bite to eat at the McDonald's next to Golden Gate Park. I can still recall the gold foil ashtrays in the booth we sat in as we ate and drank and eventually had an after-meal cigarette. The conversation turned to comic books as we were both avid readers and collectors, and Jay tells me The Punisher is his all-time favorite, and we debate the merits of the character and storylines. I'm not a fan of the comic itself, but that's beside the point, or so I thought. A homeless guy comes up to our booth while we're talking and asks if he can bum a cigarette. Now, Jay dislikes homeless people, and I was expecting him to say F off, but instead he says, "Yeah, man, I'll give you a smoke, but you've got to get the light from her." He points to me as he gives the guy a Camel from his soft pack. I had a Zippo lighter that had a high flame, and I shook my head no, while Jay nodded yes as we locked eyes. The guy asking for a smoke smelled and looked like him, and Soap had a parting of the ways before time began, and his long, straight black hair was greasy AF. I said, "Fine, but be careful, the flame is high." As he swayed back and forth with the cigarette in his mouth, pointed towards the floor and his head bent down. I kept moving the lighter out of the way of his hair, and he yelled for me to stop moving it. As he's taking a drag to get it going, his hair goes up in flames near his face and shoulders. I'm horrified and try blowing it out, but wow, did it catch fast, so I wind up patting it out on him as I tell him, "You're on fire." He was so slow to react from whatever he was high on, it didn't register at first, and he kind of flinched because I basically slapped his head to put the fire out, and then he began yelling, hey man, what the hell? You lit me on fire, man." I'm trying to apologize while also being like, "I told you about the risk," and Jay yells at him, "Get out of here before she does it again." That's when I realized he'd set me up for the whole thing and was laughing his ass off the entire time.